Welcome back to Mustache Moto. It's Ben. Last week we talked about ultralight camping on the motorcycle and how to pack. This week let's talk about food and what kind of food do you bring, how do you eat, what do you have with you. So I'll give you some of my standbys, some of my favorite meals, as well as a few little pro tips mixed in there too. So let's just start off with breakfast. Generally, I just eat granola. I like to get going in the morning, so I'll have coffee and granola and then get out of there. So, big bowl of granola, I like milk on it, powdered milk. I always pack this, mix it in with some water, and you're ready to go. You could also put it in your coffee. And then there's, of course, some recipes you may have for dinner or later in the day that call for milk, and all you need to do is add water. Never going to go bad. All right, if I want something a little heartier, I might have some oatmeal and then some bacon. So this isn't regular bacon, this is the pre-cooked bacon. You may have seen it in the store. So it comes in a zip top bag, which is great. You know, you just warm it up, or you don't even have to. If you want to get going, you could eat it cold. Pro tip here, the paper that they separate the bacon with is soaked in grease. So use that to get your fire started in the morning. Just throw it on the embers, blow on them, and you have flames rolling in no time. Lunch, I generally will eat in a restaurant and get a pretty big meal if I'm anywhere that I can do that. If not, I may just do heavy snacks. So I keep sardines. These things are great. Cabo de Peñas are my favorite. I get them at the Cab Farmers Market here in Atlanta. Not sure where you'd get them anywhere else. I don't see them on Amazon, but you could, I'm sure, find a different style that you like. All right, snack-wise, you can take chips. It's great to have something salty. Everybody takes beef jerky, whatever flavor you like. But I like corn nuts instead of chips because chips are going to get crushed and they're going to be basically a big pile of crumbs. Corn nuts, not going to happen. They're much smaller, more compact, easy to take bag, and these are zip top again, so you can repack it easily. Let's see, powdered peanut butter. So if you like peanut butter and crackers or a peanut butter sandwich, this stuff is great because you just put the powder in a Ziploc bag, mix a little water in, and you'll be ready to go. Less to carry and a little easier to deal with. So I love cheese. These Baby Bells are pretty good cheese, but the great thing about them is they're individually wrapped, and then once you take the plastic off, there's a wax wrapper or wax coating on the cheese. Peel that off, save the wax because you can use that for a fire starter. So another good way to get your fire going, and it's right there with your cheese. All right, let's see. Instead of bread, take tortillas. They pack smaller and they're not going to get crushed, not going to get mashed. So that's great. And then for one of my meals I like in the evening is burritos. So you can use refried beans. You could also use a can of chili if you wanted to. I go for the refried beans, and then to give it a little more flavor, I get these fire roasted diced green chilies. Pretty tasty, easy to find in the grocery store. Add you some flavor there. All right, one of my go-to meals is this Elise risotto. So this stuff is really tasty. They make one with porcini mushrooms. They make one with broccoli. You can get it at Walmart. I'll link in Amazon just so you can see what I'm talking about. You could order it from them too, but I think it's a little more expensive. It takes about 20 minutes to simmer, so make sure your stove goes down nice and low if you're going to make this. These packages are good for two people. So if you're solo, if I'm going solo, I split it up into two Ziploc bags before I leave so that I've got just the right amount for one dinner. And my tip here is I add a can of chicken, cooked chicken. If it's just me, I'll use these small cans. If I'm going with a buddy and I'm cooking the full package, I'll get the big can. Be sure when you crack these open, don't throw the water away. Use that instead of some of the water the risotto calls for. It's going to give you a lot more flavor. And you can use these in just about any dish you want. Actually, you could put it on the burrito. You could also put it in other pre-made packaged meals. Like this is Knorr. They make a whole bunch of different stuff. This is a broccoli cheddar, what is it, pasta. And they have some rice dishes, things like that. Do the same thing. Just use the water from the chicken and throw the chicken in there with it. All right. So one of my absolute favorites, if I'm going past the grocery store late in the day, I keep a soft-sided like lunch cooler on the bike when I'm traveling. And what I'll do is I'll stop and get a bag of frozen vegetables. So this actually is cheesy rice and broccoli. But this is really just to keep the real meal cold, which is a steak. I'll pick up a steak, just the right size for me for the night, put it in here, put it with the frozen vegetables, and that's going to stay cold until I get to where I'm going, get to the destination, and get my fire going. So a really good way to have a fantastic full meal in the evening. One more thing that I love is, 3, 4, 5 days into a trip, I start needing some veggies. I feel like I've just been eating, prepackaged stuff or meat, and I want something a little lighter. Also in the summer, if it's real hot, you might not want to cook a full meal. So these chopped, what are they? Chopped salad kits. These are from Kroger. This one's a Thai mango chili, and it's got like dried mango, and it's got seeds, and it's got quinoa and a bunch of stuff in it. And the sauce, basically, open up the packages, you dump it all in with the veg in the bag, shake it up. You can eat it out of the bag if you want to. All right, so now a couple other tips. Packages like these, they have a lot of air in them. So what you do is take your pocket knife and just poke a tiny hole in the package, and you can squeeze all that air out, and then a little piece of scotch tape to seal it back up. And that's going to save you about half the space in your bag, make it a lot easier to pack. One more tip, couple more tips that I like. I bought these small Ziploc bags off of Amazon, and these are great for, you can put the powdered peanut butter in it. I keep one with like Mexican spices in it. I keep one with Cajun spices in it, so then I've got things to season a steak or to season my burrito with in the evening. If you don't mind adding a little weight, bring a hydro flask with you on the bike, and then late in the day, when you stop at a gas station, pick up a nice ice cold beer, pour it in the hydro flask, and when you get where you're going, you got a nice cold one. Great way to end the evening. And finally, airplane miniature bottles. These things are awesome for putting olive oil or even dish soap or different things in. They're not going to break, and they're not going to leak in your bag. So, and the other bonus is you get to drink the liquor out of them before you use them for camping. So great way to package stuff, and something you might throw away otherwise. All right, that should give you some good ideas of how to eat on the bike. Now get out there and ride.